sometime, somehow, we will be punished. Punished?
This video is something that I should have made a very long time ago. I honestly felt like it was something that people comprehended. So zombies today is completely different than the zombies that we grew up with. And it's been a different beast for a while now. World at War zombies, Black Ops 1 zombies, it had Jimmy Zelinski. He was the vessel for zombies at the time. He gave his version of the story. Jason Blundell took over, and he was with us until Black Ops 4, I believe. I believe he was there until the end, and then before they made the end, he was cut. But he was the new vessel for the spirit of zombies. He told his version of the story, and you guys even got little hints via the kronorium that he published for you all to see. You all saw his version of the kronorium. And I thought you guys understood this, and I just now realized that maybe everybody else in the community isn't on the same page that I am. So, I knew that the Dark Aether was coming because it was going to come one way or another. With Black Ops 3, Jason Blundell gave us a good ending. He gave us the light ending. I wouldn't say it's good, I wouldn't say it's bad. He gave us the light ending. If Jimmy Zelinski had continued on his path, I believe that we would have gotten the Dark Aether. And how do I explain this using another example from zombies? I guess I would have to pull from Black Ops 2. We had the choice to choose between Maxis and Richtofen. Everyone chose Maxis because they were tripping out on Richtofen, and I remember it at the time too because I loved Richtofen, but everyone else hated him. They never wanted to trust him. They were just like the characters in the game. Now everybody loves him, but I remember how it was back in the day.
Threat neutralized.
Nobody liked him. He was a Nazi, Just sucked. But I get it. Nobody trusted him, so they chose Maxis, and then we got the Maxis storyline to become canon. The kronorium followed the Maxis storyline, and we ended up following the events that we experienced. We just didn't get to experience the Great War because Jason Blundell was taken off in the middle of Black Ops 4. There is a piece of lore in World at War where I believe his name is Porter. He hung himself in Derice because he no longer had access to his cyanide tablet, but he still had to, off himself, so he chose that route. But within Jason Blundell's reality, within Jason Blundell's kronorium, his version of the zombies events, Porter died via the cyanide tablet. This was your guys' first clue. I honestly thought you guys comprehended that this was a whole new reality, a whole new timeline. It wasn't the one that we followed. Sure, some things rhymed, but they're not exactly the same. And it continues to this day. We got the Dark Aether, yes, but the thing is that people are still bringing in their expectations from the Aether. They're not realizing that it's little Eddie. They think it's Richtofen. And I know things have changed now, but at the time when, Eddie was revealed, people were like, oh, it's Richtofen, but no, it's Eddie. And then Vanguard came out, and now it's failing. But the Dark Aether held potential, just not this version of the Dark Aether. Had we had Jimmy Zelinski at the helm, then maybe he would have been able to make the Dark Aether better. Had we had Jason Blundell at the helm, then maybe we would have had our Great War. But for now, we need to look towards a better tomorrow. A whole new zombies experience. We need to be open to all possibilities because honestly, I don't think anybody else would be able to handle the Aether anymore. The community can because we've dealt with the Aether for so long, but any new developers would not be able to handle it because our expectations are just way too high at this point. We need to let go of the Aether, let it be. It's already corrupted, it's the Dark Aether now, and we need to move on. Maybe experience the new Aether, you know? A whole new reality, a whole new timeline, but we would have to be open to change. We would have to be open to letting go of the old timeline. That is the only way we can get another Aether storyline. But if you guys are willing to let go of the Aether storyline, we can go somewhere down the route of like Chaos, you know? Or even Infinite Warfare, where it's all spiritual, you know, with Mephistopheles being a demon and all that crap. If you let go of your attachments to the Aether storyline, then all possibilities open up to you. Zombies is more than just one singular concept. I remember back in the World at War days when people weren't really paying attention to the lore. People thought that it was just a zombie experiment, you know, like a science experiment, because that's what it looked like on the surface level. But there was always that alien element, the 115 meteor in Shinonuma. All of the 115 meteors, they always had that alien element, but people just chose not to perceive it because they were too caught up in our reality, how we do things, how we choose to perceive things. So they went with what we already have. We assumed that a meteor would just be a rock from space. It still has material, minerals, you know, that we can forage and, you know, get data off of, experiment with. That's all that people were thinking about at the time. But even then, they always talked about like the Vril and stuff like that back in Black Ops 1. That is occult as fuck, and it's always had that spiritual element, but people just chose to not see. They had to get super blatant with it in Black Ops 3 with the Shadow Man and Monty being light and dark, God, the devil, good, evil, you know. They represented roles for us to experience and play out stories, but people to this day still choose not to see that. They still think aliens, they don't see gods, you know. And so shall it be. That's why they had to go to the Dark Aether to bring in a whole other element to it, like a whole higher reality, a higher dimension with the Dark Aether. Because people weren't getting it, so they had to do it a different way. You know, like Orda and all the other old gods. They're brought in from the Dark Aether, and some of them look ethereal as fuck, but all of them being entities that we couldn't comprehend within this base reality. It's just silly. People still couldn't comprehend it, so they moved on to Vanguard with literally summoning demons, but that's only based off the trailer. I don't have the game myself, so I don't know how the story played out in that game. All I know is that they can only go deeper and harder to make you guys understand, but if you guys aren't going to understand them, then what can they do? They tried with the Chaos storyline, but it came out at the wrong time. They should have finished Aether first and then moved on to Chaos. With Chaos, what they were going for was using real-world gods and using their spiritual powers to bring back the undead, or bring back the dead to undead, but sadly, people chose not to comprehend because, bro, we wanted fucking Aether, dude. We wanted the Aether story, and we wanted it now. Hell, I still want it now, but at the same time, I'm letting go. I already have the story in my head, as you all do. It's just a desire, and maybe one day if we get an open world zombies game that allows us to create custom maps, somebody will create the zombie maps that we all desire. Somebody out there is going to be a suitable vessel for the spirit of zombies, and if they have the tools necessary to bring what it desires into existence, they shall do it. I have faith in that, but it's going to take time. Patience is key. For now, enjoy and experience what we have, and focus on what you want. It's hard to explain, but if you give a game your time and your money, you are giving it energy, and so it will continue to thrive and continue to produce if you continue to consume. If you let go and just give it time to understand that you are the one in control, not it, it will soon require energy, because all the energy that it's siphoned so far is no longer sustaining it. And guess what? It will then begin kowtowing to your expectations, and the product will then begin matching, well, your expectations, you know. You have got to see this in a higher dimensional frame of mind. This is not a game. This is not a mere company. These humans are just vessels for something greater. And they have abused it with greed. They want the money for themselves. They're not using the money for the concept. And so let's teach these humans not to fuck with the concept of zombies. Let us stand together, play other games for now, and in the time being, Activision will be siphoned of their money. They won't have any more, cash flow, so they will have to listen to the community and give us what we want. We have got to stand together. I know many won't. Who cares? Fuck it. I will do what I want, and I know many will do what they want. I hear through the grapevine that others are just as disappointed as I am, so I will have faith that their disappointment will be the fuel and the fire that we need to, spark a change. Faith is the key here. I have faith in the community, and I know that the community knows what's best. I just have to stop supporting the beast system, the corporation, and eventually things have to change. I have faith things will change. I have faith in all of you, not just with this gaming situation, with all of reality, all of life. Things are apparently horrible throughout the multiverse. I know because the internet tells me. The internet is multiversal, and I see everyone's pain. I just want you all to know that a better reality awaits you. You've just got to choose to perceive. You have all got this. You are all so much more than you know. You are not just this physical vessel going throughout your monotonous life, just living day to day, not even living, surviving day to day, working your jobs, your 9 to 5s. I see you all, and I love you all. You have all got this. You just have to remember that you are the ones in control of your reality. You are the ones who choose what to perceive. No one can control your perception unless you give them that power. They can only try to turn your head, but if you choose to turn your head again, to look the other way, turn the cheek, you will eventually see the light. But they will try to drag you down. You've just got to continue fighting, because you can claw your way back up. It's all you. You have all chosen to allow me to exist in your reality. You have all chosen to watch this video, you've chosen to perceive me, and I thank you for that. And I just want you to know that if anything is up, you guys are free to contact me. It's even in person. I know people think that when I ask, hey, how's it going? They can't say, oh, it's actually pretty bad, because they feel like they'd be imposing on me and my day and my time, but I honestly don't mind. If you guys have to vent, feel free to. I am open to listen, and especially since it's a text format, if you guys don't mind waiting, since I do have a family and I do have a job, I can get back to you, you know? Like, I really don't mind. That's the point of being a shaman, you know, like trying to help people. It's not about doing drugs, it's about helping people one at a time, changing this world. We are all a piece of the world, and it starts with changing the universe within. You can't change the universe around you without changing the universe within. And I know that people always say, oh, mental health is so important, and it gets repetitive and you think it's a scam or something like that, but it really is very important. Your mental health is very important. And I know things may seem like they're impossible at times, but you made it this far. You wouldn't have made it this far if things were impossible. That is an enemy trying to convince you into thinking that things are impossible, and if you choose to believe that things are impossible, well, you'll experience impossible situations. But everything is possible. Faith is the strongest tool in the human arsenal, but faith in oneself is the most potent form of faith. So have faith in yourselves. I, for one, have faith in you. So if you choose to have faith in yourself, that is two people having faith in you. So go out there. You have got this. You can do whatever you want. Just don't impose on others without their consent, and be the best that you can be in any given moment. Treat others as you would wish to be treated. We've all got this.
Sentry turret